Welcome to another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Morlaya Hanoputi. Thank you so much for joining us again on another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. Today we have a special guest in the house, and it's a big privilege and pleasure for us to host him today and to hear him take us through this journey as he speaks to us on the topic why you should empower the woman in your life. And we felt that the best person to talk to us about this topic is no other person than our father. He is the founder and senior pastor of Agape Christian Ministries worldwide. And he is the husband of our mother, Mrs. Olufunke Adejumo, and we felt that for him to have invested so much in her to the point where she has become a global icon and a global phenomenon today, there must be something he knows that we need to learn from. So it's a privilege and pleasure for us to host on Marriage Clinic Live today, Bishop Felix Adejumo. Woo! Welcome, sir, to Marriage Clinic Live.
Thank you so very much, Morolayo, for the honor, and thank you for having me. I'm so honored. I will just be speaking to you maybe in the next 40 minutes or 45 minutes over the topic, why empower the woman in your life? Why? Since I am a Bible student, and also not just a preacher, but a practitioner. I even want to be known or referred to as somebody who practices the word of God much more than preaching the word. In other words, I prefer to live the word because he said, let your light so shine. It is not the Bible that I carry that will shine. It is me who will shine.
True,
so if I don't shine, maybe Morolayo will not discover a person like me.
True,
it means that in my little corner, I am shining. That is the reason. So I prefer to do that much more than to preach or to teach. I am a good teacher of the word. I am a preacher of the word, but I live by the word of God. So let me just say that I will tell you a story. I will tell you my story over and over as I'm going on now, because if there's no backup, live backup, there is nothing I want to share that will make it meaning. But I will share my own experiences, my challenges, and so on. How did I get to where I am? Still supporting this woman known as Funke Felix Adejumo, going all over the world, a global phenomenon, and all that. I feel that the woman in your life as a husband is your helper. And then if you do not empower that helper, there is little she can do to assist you. But don't forget also that she was also created to fulfill destiny. So you have to identify that and also support her to fulfill her destiny. If she's not married to that man, maybe she's married to somebody else, or she's not even married at all, definitely she will live and fulfill her destiny. So a secure man, a man who, for instance, is he doesn't have problem with self-worth, or he does not have any problem with identity at all, we definitely give all his support to a woman, because you are not supposed to compete, you are supposed to complement one another. If you want to be an African man, you will not be able to do that for your wife. You will see your wife as somebody you have to subjugate, to put under you. And your wife is not she's not supposed to be living in your own shadow. You must give her a space and respect her space. In the first instance, and the first thing I would like us to know is that I see Funke Adejumo in my life as a ministry to fulfill, and I was ready to pay the price in order for me to fulfill that ministry. And then when she was going to school, she only had 2 of her children, and I was there for her. I will have to, and then somebody was also assisting us, but I was the one babysitting us at that time, and at the same time helping her in paying her school fees, I was the one laboring for the entire family. I enjoyed it because I was looking at a future that that education will give her. It will add value to her life. And probably she would not have been known in the world today if her level of education is still where I met her. So I told her that she has to, for you to be compliant with what is in the future, because she has all the potentials. I saw that in her. She has the grace. I saw that in her. And so I just felt that all she needed was a support here and there for her to be able to stand side by side with me. And then at the same time, reach her own world. So I was there for her. I was there. I was taking care of the children, the two children. And after she finished her NCE, then she paused. We had two other children before she now went for her BA. In other words, she went for a degree program. So we were together taking care of the children before. And even when she was doing a degree program, I used to take her sometimes to the place and all that. I was just standing by her. Sometimes we study together in the night. She will begin to do her homework and all that. And I will still be there. I was just there. I saw as my vision, which I need to fulfill. I saw as my ministry, which I needed to fulfill. Ask me, where did I learn it from? I think it was the Spirit of the Lord that did that in my life. Calvary reconfigured my life. I know what it means to love without looking back. And I know what it means to pay the price to make somebody what God intends for him or her to be. So I think the wisdom of God in me made me like available for her to be able to be what she is today. So that's just it. What I'm saying is that you said, did I see a future when I was, did I see this future that we are seeing today when I was doing what I was? I will
Exactly.
say yes and no. I will say yes and no. I didn't know the magnitude of what she could become. I didn't know that she could become I mean, this strong, this popular, and I didn't belong. I never saw that dimension of a global ministry. I didn't see that, to be honest with you. But the vision became intensified as we were growing together, and I discovered that, you see, I needed to give, since she's in her heart, she was pulling out by herself what she has on her inside. I had to also upgrade in order for her to pull her out. So that is what I mean. I kept investing into her life as she was rising. I was I, I was seeing myself rising above, and so that she could look up, because every woman is wired to look up. If there's nothing else to look for in my life, might be I will not be a coach. So what I'm saying is this, that she got to where we are today, or where she is today, by the grace of God. But I never saw it in that magnitude.
So, sir, when you notice she started growing in popularity, becoming famous, were you at any time maybe threatened by the height she's attaining?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the flesh will speak, the devil will speak, the world will speak. I have had many people who say, I cannot do what you are doing. You allow your wife to go out there all by herself, and she's now popular. In fact, of the church, and your ministry is under her control. She has taken over from you, blah, blah. Honestly speaking, all of these things can affect a man, especially his ego. And they are just enough for you to say, you know what, sit down. Nobody can, I will just mute her. But the fear of God, the fear of God. I just feel that if I had to do that, how will God be feeling? Since everyone God created, He created intentionally for a purpose. If I had to silence her and mute her and not allow her to fulfill that purpose, I feel that we're doing something that is against the will of God in our life. and I will still give account over it anyway. So I just felt to, I told myself, you know what, man, it does not matter what is going on right now. Keep supporting her. Keep giving her the support. Let her take the credit, but you take the reward, because there is a reward for what I'm doing in her life. There is a reward for it. So I will not say that it is easy, but I chose to pay the price, because
Okay.
people will just think, if I say, you know what, I am secure, I am doing this, I'm doing this, I'm not. No, 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 it's not that easy.
Mm,
The flesh will talk,
mm,
people will advise a lot of things, you will hear a number of things,
mm,
but I chose to follow the path. Okay. I want you to know that many people are as good as Funke Adejumo. Many people have more potentials than she has. I just don't want you to throw that away.
true, sir.
But not everyone's voice is heard. It is a blessing to have a shoulder to rise
Mm,
on. I mean, this is the truth,
true.
that when the ministry started, I gave her space. She was able to rehearse. I created platform for her. She was able to express herself. So it is not a matter of somebody just rising and getting to where she is today by herself.
Mm,
No, no, no. A lot of time she does all of that on the platform of the ministry that God gave me by the grace of God.
good.
Now, how did they even meet her? One of the things that revealed her, showed her to the world, is the television program. Many people began to discover her. I gave the approval that she should start that television program in our state,
Mm,
and she called it The Woman. From there, the KICC discovered that she had something, and the link began like that, gradually. It wasn't that she just found herself there. So there are many people who have women, I mean women, who are gifted, who are blessed, who have potentials. She is today, just because they don't have the platform to
mm,
use. Even some women, they are married to pastors, men of God, and they are not opportune
true.
to use the platform of their husbands to
Mm,
rise, because husbands will not allow them to be heard at all. Maybe because of lack of well, uh, lack of security. They lack security. They are not secure in themselves, and
mm,
so they will just not allow such women to rise. And I must also let you know that when you do such a thing, also for any woman, the woman must prove herself to be worthy of being supported. Because there are some women, when you give them such an opportunity, they abuse it and they use it against their husbands,
true, sir.
which of course is not happening in the life of Funke Adejumo. She says it all over the world.